Okay. So how do we transition from that space? Because now we're going from kind of problem or awareness to solution, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about the way you have been coaching over the years? And I'd like to kind of also, because, you know, following your path, it looks like you've been going through so much stuff, you know, NLP mastery, like understanding the nervous system, understanding the mind. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt from watching your own transformation in your own life, it looked like the time that you were writing or publishing The Ultimate You, that it was a lot more emphasis around this compassion and the motion and the healing aspect of it. Can you talk a little bit to that? What was the transition like for you to understand the power of the mind, the power of the nervous system, and then to take that new approach, if it is a new approach? I know you've rebranded. There's a lot of cool things that have happened. Tell us about that journey, because I think that's relevant right now.
Well, in the beginning, I stood on the shoulders of the giants that preceded me, and none of this was really available. So, you know, I give credit to the people who were doing the best they could. So Thomas Leonard, who passed away back in, you know, a while back, and other people like that back in the 80s were informing what coaching was. And it was a very simple model, and it was a very exterior-based model. Do you recall? It was very much about what goal do you want to hit out in the world, and what are you tolerating out in the world, and what do you need to clean up in your space? It was a very external focused. Then I began studying Buddhism, and it hasn't provided all the answers, and I don't think it does, certainly not for me. I got a master's in positive psychology, and it doesn't provide the answers as much as they want to claim credit for coaching, and they think coaching should be all positive psychology. I simply do not agree. I'm a master's in it, and I say from a place of complete authority, no, I don't believe positive psychology is all that we have to say about it. And I don't think it's all Buddhism either, but it's also, there are many other elements we need to bring in. But the point is, coaching that doesn't help you look within is only changing the performance. That's it. So if you coach someone simply to get the goal, get the promotion, or whatever it is, you are coaching the ego to do a better show. That has to be a problem.
Let that sink in. This is big.
Has to be a problem. I'm just going to shut that door because there's a crow making a lot of noise. We can edit.
Oh, good. We can edit, yeah, for sure.
Let me just shut that door.
It could be cool to leave it in there, actually.
Yeah, probably. And I've also got a got it sign on my screen about recording that I can't get rid of.
Yeah, no problem. So good.
I don't know how to get rid of it. All right, it just stay there. There we go. Door shut. Apologies for that. It's good that you can tell it's for real.
I know. And this is what people want to see. So, but we'll edit it. It's all good. Okay, back to you, where you were.
So I'm trying to remember what your original question was, because I got too excited about what I was sharing.
We're talking about how, you know, you're a master in NLP, understanding the nervous system space. And from watching you from afar, there's been this transition into more emotion, more spirituality. I mean, you mentioned Buddhism a couple of times. I'm wondering, tell us about that journey and why that's so meaningful.
Yeah, so I became a trainer in NLP as well. This is all way back in the early turn of the century. And at every single time when I trained in them, I thought, this is it. That's the answer. And I'm just such a devotee when I learn something. Like, I was so excited about NLP and hypnosis and all of it. I just thought, we found the answer. This is the key. This is everything. We don't need anything else. But then trauma-informed research began to percolate, and some of the beautiful work around healing inside began to come up. And I saw a real clash. You know, if you take NLP and pure coaching, this can help because you can drop the tools in, but I don't believe this provides the glue that holds all of it together. I think the glue is over here in the emotions. All trauma is stored in the body and the fissure of the muscles. All trauma is emotion, not logic.
Exactly.
Yes, we can make transformation through NLP, and I still use it for phobia busts. I use it for obliterating a painful memory. I can help clients, in minutes with that, and I still do. But the deeper stuff, trusting ourselves, knowing the worth caring about, knowing how to self-advocate, even what that means, being courageous enough to speak up when a boundary is violated. They're not tools. They're not a quick NLP hypnosis session. This is coming with someone who will will accept you as you feel ugly, as you feel unworthy. And with repetition, this person doesn't turn away. This person keeps accepting me. This person keeps helping me feel safe. I get emotional talking about this.
Good.
It's so precious.
Yes, exactly.
It's so precious, and it's so rare. So few people provide this space. So few people even know they are walking wounded, trying to get their own safety. So coaching to me, I think 80%, and I think my clients would say the same thing, and all of my students would say the same. Maybe they wouldn't, but I believe 80% of what I do with them and for them is be a safe place to be. I hold a safe space. Being held in a safe emotional space is so rare. Where are we on swearing on this podcast?
Oh, hey, speak your truth.
So fucking rare. It's the most precious gift we can give someone. It is all healed when we feel safe and secure, and we learn how to generate and cultivate safety and security within ourselves and with someone else. And until we know we are able to do that, we are playing a show. We are playing the performance, and our egos will keep taking over again and again and again. That is literally life. What I have just shared there, that's the point where we can go, I'm okay. And it's true all the way through, even when the shit's hitting, even when it's not going well. I had something happen. Can I share a really personal story? Like it's like just happened, and it's
perfect.
I'm just so thrilled. So I was attempting to see a therapist for big T trauma. And not important what it was at all. The content doesn't matter. And my pattern, my superhero status, my ego, I call it the superhero, not the ego. My superhero status is to be a caretaker and to want to understand and compassion even in the face of awful behavior coming my way. I want to make it right. That's my superhero status. I'm a recovering superhero. So I'm in this session, and Espe, it's a train wreck of a session. It is, he clearly had stuff come up. Please nobody say you must be projecting. No. It was not a projection. It was awful. And he did something unbelievably inappropriate, like a boundary violation that is beyond, like it was really shocking. And I'm in tears. And I'm in the height of being therapized on big T trauma, and this highly inappropriate behavior occurs. I know who old me superhero would have done. They would have want to make it right. They want to make it good. They want to try and be understanding. I'm smiling so much because this is what happened instead. I stood up and I left. And I emailed saying, we're not a good fit. And that's it. I didn't over-explain. For anybody watching who understands this pattern of coping, Do you get this? I didn't over-explain. I didn't try to get understanding. I didn't try and make them feel better.
Validation, judgment.
Nothing. Just we're not a good fit. And I hadn't really given it a thought until just then. I was like, this is a perfect example of that was me in my truth. This isn't okay. I don't feel safe and secure. You don't seem to be able to create that holding space for me, so I'm not going to stay.